Hi there. It's still November 30th, but there is no 31st, so we're going to do Proverbs 31 to finish out the book of Proverbs for another month. And then tomorrow we'll start back at 1 with a new translation. So, jump over there. Now, this first part was written by Bathsheba, Solomon's mother. Okay? And she had a pet term for him. She called him Lemuel. So let's read the words of Lemuel, a king, a declaration that his mother taught him. Okay? What, my son, and what, son of my womb, and what, son of my vows? Advice. Give not to women thy strength, and thy ways to wiping away of kings. Right? Now, he did that anyways, right? Had 700 wives, and it was his downfall, actually. Not for kings of the moon, not for kings to drink wine, and for princes to desire strong drink, okay? Lest he drink and forget the decree and change the judgment of any sons of affliction. Give strong drink to the perishing, and wine to the bitter in soul. He drinketh and forgetteth his poverty, and his misery he remembereth not again. All right? Well, we can separate these. That's one piece of advice that he did not follow. All right? And this one is kings, presidents, rulers should not drink, right? When you get drunk, you become somebody else. Okay? Give strong drink to the perishing and wine to the bitter in soul. Right? He drinketh and forgetteth his poverty, and his misery he remembereth not again. Right? Give beer to one who is dying, and wine to one whose life is bitter. Let him drink so that he can forget his poverty and remember his trouble no more. Right? It's okay to have a drink. It's not okay to get drunk. Right? This is all over the Bible. Do not get drunk. But it is not a sin to drink, right? Forget your troubles for a while. A lot of people disagree with that. And if you have trouble with it, then yeah, you should stay away from it. If you're with somebody who has trouble with it, you shouldn't drink around them, okay? Just like Paul says, if somebody stumbles on something, I'm not going to do something in their presence to make them stumble. Okay? Okay, verse 8. Open thy mouth for the dumb, for the right of all sons of change. Open thy mouth, judge righteously both the cause of the poor and needy. Right? Speak up for those who have no voice, for the justice of all who are dispossessed. Dispossessed. Sons of passing away. Right? Speak up, judge righteously, and defend the cause of the oppressed and needy. Right? There you go. That's the words of King Lemuel that he wrote down, stuff that his mother taught him, okay, or Solomon. Okay. Now the rest of this, 10 through, 31, is an old acrostic poem, right? And over here it's separated, in praise of a capable wife. Now this is an acrostic poem taught to children, okay? Acrostic meant it went by the letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D. Right? Very much like a children's book would be written today. And it's not about one woman, it's about a capable wife. So let's read that. And this was already hundreds of years old when they wrote it, when they put it in here. So, a woman of wealth who doth find, yea, far above rubies is her price. The heart of her husband hath trusted in her, and spoil he lacketh not. And spoil he lacketh not. Will not lack anything good. She hath done him good and not evil all days of her life. She hath sought wool and flax, and with delight she worketh with her hands. She hath been as ships of the merchant, from afar off she bringeth in her bread. Yea, she riseth while yet night, and giveth food to her household, and a portion to her damsels. Damsels, everything. She hath considered a field, and taketh it, or bought it. From the fruit of her hand she hath planted a vineyard. She hath girded with might her loins, and doth strengthen her arms. Well, draws on her strength and reveals that her arms are strong. Right? She hath perceived when her merchandise is good. Her lamp is not extinguished in the night. Her hands she hath sent forth on a spindle, and her hands have held a distaff. Right? Spinning staff and spinning. Her hand she hath spread forth to the poor, yea, her hand she sent forth to the needy. She is not afraid of her household from snow, for all her household are clothed with scarlet, or double. Ornamental covering she has made for herself, silk and purple are her clothing. Known in the gates is her husband, in his sitting with elders of the land. Linen garment she hath made and selleth, and a girdle she hath given to the merchant, belts. Okay. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she rejoiceth at a latter day. She can laugh at times to come, it says over there. Her mouth she hath opened in wisdom, and the law of kindness is on her tongue. Right? What do I always say? Be kind. Above all else, be kind. Mm-hmm. She is watching the ways of her household, and bread of sloth she eateth not. Right? She's not a lazy person, right? Her sons have risen up and pronounced her happy, her husband, and he praiseth her. Right? Her sons rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also praises her. And her husband says, many are the daughters who have done worthily. Thou hast gone up above them all. Right. The grace is false, and the beauty is vain. A woman fearing Jehovah, she may boast herself. I always like that verse. Right. Give ye to her of the fruit of her hands, and her works do praise her in the gates. Right. Give her the reward of her labor, and let her works praise her in the gates. Authority is important. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord will be praised. Right? Charm, beauty, it goes away. Okay? It's important to know what's in the heart. Right? Find the wife who has a good heart. Right? Looks will fade, hair will fade, shape will fade. The heart is always there. So there you go. That is the old acrostic poem about wives. And that was the last chapter. We highlighted stuff just to separate it, okay? Or Lemuel, declaration his mother taught him, give not to women thy strength and thy ways to wiping away of kings. Okay, now Solomon married 700 wives. Many of them he married them to take the kingdom, right? To spread his own kingdom. And he got a lot of trouble for that, okay? Wrote all over about not being able to keep his wives happy. And as I say, not for kings to drink, right? Lest he drink and forget the decree and change the judgment of any of the sons of affliction, right? Right. Somebody gets you drunk, they can get you to do really stupid things. And for a king or a president to do stupid things when he's drunk is very bad. Okay? But, and we'll read the rest over here. Give beer to one who is dying, and wine to one whose life is bitter. Let him drink so that he can forget his poverty and remember his trouble no more. Right? There you go. And lots of good. And that was the entire book of Proverbs for another month. Right? I think tomorrow we'll start in a different version, some simple, easy to understand version. You know, we've spent the whole month doing the Young's literal translation that he wrote in 1898, right? You know, back in older language. I mean, I still think some of the language was put there, you know, it's just flowery and pretty, but hard to understand. Okay, I think God wants us to understand his words, okay? So, there you go, another month. Stay tuned a little later. We're going to do our through the Bible in a year. We're on day 335, I believe. Still in Corinthians. Okay, another 4 chapters in Corinthians today. And we'll get through that. But until then, that was the 15th time through Proverbs. And we'll start the 16th time tomorrow. We're trying for 24 times. So there you go. Hope you had a good time. All right. See you later.